I think most times in human history, it's not good versus evil, right versus wrong. It's right versus almost right.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
And almost right will take you in the wrong direction, okay? But we're so far down the road of almost right, maybe right, that it is night and day.
Yep.
And that's where common sense comes back in, where you're like, I just have to ask, when did we stop calling that evil?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, I really want to know. I would love to sit down with somebody who's honest on the other side and say, help me go back in time. Because I know 2010, you did not think it was okay to mutilate children, okay?
Yep.
It was not okay. Nobody thought that was okay.
Period.
So take me back from that moment and show me the evidence that you saw and how you came to the conclusion. I bet you most people, you remember there was a time when you'd wake up and it would just be a new term.
Yes.
And everybody was using it. You're like, what, when, am I missing meetings? You know what I mean? What is happening?
Yeah. What's the they, them?
Right.
Where was I?
And so I think most people were just, oh, that's the new thing? Yes. And they didn't think, because what changed you?
Yeah.
Because there was no evidence that said, oh, you know what? It's really good to mutilate children. There's no evidence of that. There's no science. You could say, we believe this may be the right thing. That would be reasonable,
Yes.
but not, this is right, mutilate, or you're out.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
And if you say
That's
anything
crazy.
about it, we'll ban
We'll
you
ban you.
and destroy your
You're
business.
out.
Glenn, I have it later in my notes, but what would you, because I have the evil thing. I obviously know what it is, but in that, was it paid for? Because that's not just an overnight thing. That movement of a minority group of people went from just gay and lesbian to LGBTQAI plus. What force was behind it? Besides, I know what it is. I know it's the devil. But Glenn, what is? I can't grasp the moment of where they were like, this is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna destroy them.
So there's lots. I'm convinced that you will find, in the end, we'll find 30% of what America is spending on our budget.
Yep.
I'll bet you 30% is going to places none of us would want it to go to. Okay, graft, corruption, things that we don't agree with at all. Nobody agrees with.
I think it's more.
I'll bet you 30%.
Thank you.
Okay?
30. That's a freaking huge number. Like,
That's enough
that's
to
a
change the
lot.
world.
Of course.
Okay, and so you have all of these NGOs, all of these special interest groups. Some of them, I think, have really good intention. I mean, I sat with, remember when Iran was throwing gay people off the rooftop?
Yep, I remember. Yep.
Iran?
Yep.
So knowing that my audience would kill me for this, I went to, what's the gay organization?
Glad?
GLAAD. I went to GLAAD in New York, and I asked for a meeting with the head of GLAAD, private. And I said, look, you and I are going to argue about wedding cakes till the cows come home.
Yes.
We're going to argue about the definition of marriage and everything else. We're not going to be able to agree.
Yeah.
But both of us can agree. You should not be thrown off the roof because you're a homosexual. You should not be hunted down and killed, jailed anywhere on earth because you're a homosexual.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
Yes. I said, you and I can make an impact because your side's going to hate you for standing with me, and my side's going to hate me for standing with you, but it's the right principle.
Yeah.
Let's come together on principle.
No.
No way.
Wow.
We'll never stand with you. And I'm like, that says something. I really thought there was a shot, you know, but to me that said, we're not about principles. We're about politics.
Yeah.
My daughter used to say to me, you know, Dad, it's all about love. I don't care who you love.
Yeah.
You know,
That's totally.
I don't care who you love. That's not my business. This is about first taking the institution of marriage and destroying that. It's not, and I don't think most gay people had no clue. None of that was part of the agenda.
Yes.
But it was part of some people that had a lot of power and a lot of money. That was the agenda. So you get that, you knock that down, then you knock the next thing down. And I said at the very beginning, look, you can't just start changing things, because where do you stop? Pedophilia, if you say it's about love and it's your choice, then pedophilia has to be okay.
Yeah.
And that's that slippery slope
We're
argument.
pushing for it. They changed their name.
They changed the maps.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just saw another girl somewhere overseas. She's explained, she's like, it's not their fault that they want little kids. You have to understand, that's just how they're made. No, they're not. And if you're in that position, then guess what? You might have to get castrated to stop
And
yourself.
if you are made that way, there are certain societal rules that separate us from animals.
Yes.
Animal instinct is something that humans rise above.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that's where I think you get to the evil force, is it just keeps going down. And most good people are like, that's not true, because they can't imagine my friends being a part of anything like that. Okay. And so most people are not right. And then when it starts to happen, they're like, that's crazy. They're not for that. We're just for this. And it keeps going down, and you get further and further down that road. And I think it comes a time where you're too deep in. You know, you either stop seeing it, or you have too much of it that's now your life that you have to reject to be able to get out. You don't know how to get out of that. How do I stop that?
Yeah.
Does any of that make sense?
No, it makes sense. And if you get into the practical reasons, if Americans knew the crisis, the birth rate crisis that we're going through, like in general in America, like we're not making babies anymore because all the incentives are in the wrong place.
And we're thank
you so much.
delicious. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. And we're killing our children
Yeah.
instead of encouraging birth. I mean, we have a huge problem. And if you look at the progressive, I'm talking early American progressive goals, it was to wipe out the black race, okay? And to do it through Planned Parenthood and birth control.
Yep.
And they're on record. Don't let black preachers know what we're doing, okay? And that's all there. And I don't think people believe that who are part of the movement anymore, but that's the genesis. You know, you can't start with Nazi style thinking and then not say, we are not that any way, shape, or form. They still have Margaret Sanger as right?
She's up there. She's
So
they're praising her.
Right. That's like having Mengele. You don't, no. We reject all of that stuff. Then you could start again. They just drifted in. So that's still part of the stock. Whether people like it or not, it's still part of the stock.
Oh my goodness.
Nazi style thinking will yield Nazi level results. I might be wrong on the stat. I think 1/3 of Gen Z was murdered in the womb.
1/3.
Wow.
1/3.
We talked about it today. They're praising Gavin Newsom, $90 million towards Planned Parenthood. They're on stage. They're like, you know their tactic is? It's against women. It's a war on women. No, we're trying to save the baby that could
This
be
from
born.
the same people who say that my daughters should go into a restroom or with a guy.
Yeah.
You know, look, you want your own bathroom, have your own bathroom. You want to do whatever you do. I don't care what you do. You're not putting yourself in this up. I was just at a deal for freedom of speech the other day, and Alan Dershowitz was there getting a freedom of speech. And he was arguing for transgenderism, that we have to be open-minded. And I don't care. You're a consenting adult, you're old enough, whatever you do, that's your thing, man.
Go for it.
But you can't, involve children in it. The second thing is, you cannot force me to believe what you believe.
Exactly.
I have science on my side, and science can prove you're a man.
Yeah.
Okay? You can choose to be a woman, but you cannot choose to force me to believe
Exactly that.
you're a woman. Out of respect, I
Yeah.
can call you whatever. I can be nice. And I should be.
Yeah.
But
I respect you as an adult.
right, but it becomes authoritarian fascism when we are
Forcing
when we're
language.
forcing. I don't want to force my views on anybody. I don't want them to force their views.
I agree. What you gonna say, Bert?
No, compelled speech is probably just as bad as censorship.
If you like this video and you want to watch the full podcast, click here. But if you have the attention span of a squirrel and only want to watch clips like the one you just saw, click here.